The past little couple of days, I felt dead inside. I've just been, I don't want to say miserable. I'm fully aware of it all. But I feel dead inside. My brain can't think. Emotionally just kind of feels, not numb, just dead. And that's something that kind of needs to be talked about if you ever do decide to take the path and figure your shit out. There are these times where you've been working so hard. And it's not physical. You've been thinking a lot. You've been figuring out emotions and letting a lot of emotions go, and you get to these points where you just feel fucking exhausted. Exhausted. You feel dead to the world. And in the beginning, those times happen a lot more when you're in that, what I was talking about, that thick brush at the beginning of the path. Because you're kind of, all these things are popping up at you and you're trying to keep up because you just, oh, what's this feeling and what's that feeling and why do I think this and why do I believe that and do I believe that? Like, there's so many questions happening. And they just flood your brain. And sometimes you just wake up and you feel like fucking garbage. Like garbage. You feel like you're depressed again. I feel like I'm depressed sometimes. Not as much as what it used to be, but these past couple of days, I don't stop. I never stop. Now that I'm on this, and I can feel the changes that have happened in my thinking, in my emotions, and just overall, I guess what you call your soul, your spirit. Like, I don't want to stop. I want to keep going and figure all of myself out. But there are times, man, like I said, you just feel like garbage. You have drained so much internal energy that you wake up and you just, nothing. Your thoughts and your emotions are just dead to the world. And those times fucking suck. But those times are part of the process of inner transformation. And not too many people, from at least the stuff I've listened to, really talk about that feeling. They talk about the loneliness and the suffering and blah, but they don't ever, at least I have not heard, that when you're really pushing this, you wake up feeling like crap sometimes. It might last for half a day. It might last for a day. I've had times where it's lasted for 3, 4, 5 days. And before that, it was just like a huge emotional and mental breakthrough. It's like you level up. And when you level up, there is this extreme fucking steep downfall, usually the day after. You just feel dead. And I think it's important that is said, because I think a lot of people get discouraged when they start. Because you're questioning everything. You don't know who you are. Or at least at the beginning, you think you know who you are at the beginning, but you don't. And I think a lot of people go and they have a lot of breakthroughs and they're like, yeah. And they kind of lose that awareness. And boom, they wake up one day and they feel depressed. But it's not depression. You did not fall back in any way. It's part of the process. It's like if you work out physically, you can go, and then one day you wake up and you feel like garbage. You feel weak. You feel just exhausted physically. You can't walk. You just want to lie down. And this is what happens mentally and emotionally when you start pushing through your boundaries and you start becoming uncomfortable. Because as you start questioning yourself, there's a lot of patterns that are going to start popping up and being like, hey, what do you think you're doing here? Why are you in my yard? You know you don't like this feeling, so what are you doing? And they start fighting back. Your patterns fight back because there's that 2-tier system in your head of thinking. There's the consciousness and awareness that you know that hopefully you kind of figure out and you go, wait a minute, there's something here. And then when you start questioning, you're not questioning your consciousness, you're questioning your patterns, your habits, your every day-to-day narration in your head. And it doesn't like that because it makes it feel uncomfortable. And it always just wants to be comfortable, in control and comfortable. So when you start questioning all these things, man, like you're starting to think again. You've lost your ability to think. And I don't mean you're stupid, because I was the same way. I'm not saying you can't think. Day to day, like I would think like, oh, I can think, I can figure out this math problem. I'm not talking about external world thinking. Oh, I can drive this car. Okay, I have to go pick this up at the grocery. That's not thinking. That's not thinking. Not in the terms I'm talking. I'm talking when you start becoming more aware and conscious that something's not right. That takes a lot of energy to start learning how to think and question again. And everybody's going to do that differently. But all you need to know, all you need to do, the only question you ever need to ask, if you're like, I don't know how to fix, why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking this? If you just start with those 2 questions, you'll learn how to, everything else will slowly come to you. It opens up this, why am I feeling this way? And then you kind of have to respond. So you learn how to start questioning, and then you learn how to think because you have to respond. You have to look through memories, and all to say is that it wears you the fuck down. Way more at the beginning than as you move along. Because as you move along, you've decluttered a lot of the daily narration of emotions and thoughts. You're not into that. When that voice starts going down, that is when you're getting out of the brush. But what happens after that is that, so you clear out a lot of your daily patterns. You're feeling good. Life's beginning, you're starting to feel peaceful. You're starting to feel things that you've probably haven't felt since you were a kid, like emotions. You're not thinking as much. Like you're feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling more at peace. I'm feeling more at joy. But every now and then, there's a storm that starts fucking brewing. I've yet to not see it happen for myself. So again, all my experience, but from what I can see and what I've read and figured out, this kind of is a normal thing. So when you get rid of all that day-to-day stuff, you start feeling more rested. You sleep better. You physically, if you're working as you should be, you're physically getting better. You're getting leaner. You're getting more strong. There's an energy that's starting to return that just, it's not a caffeine energy. It's not a mental energy. It's like this full fucking aura energy that starts rebuilding itself. But you're not in the clear, because what I'm discovering is that now you've cleared out the top brush of it. Now you're going a little deeper now. There's a deeper level. And these seem to be more like slow building waves that take weeks, even months to build up to a huge breakthrough, emotional release, something of that nature. And when that happens, I find the shitty feeling may not last as long, but it's a lot deeper. A lot deeper, because now you've gotten rid of all these superficial patterns that hide the big patterns. And now, because you're not thinking about all this little stuff, your thoughts and your focus are going to deeper things, deeper patterns. Like now you're getting into the real deep compartments of the engine to figure out how you're working. And I had one of those. I've had two over the past 4 days. And today, I feel fucking miserable. I feel like I've regressed. I feel like nothing's going to change. I'm physically just a little burnt out feeling. I can't think straight. I don't want to talk. Nothing seems satisfying. Nothing. No sweet, no workout, no nothing will give me a dopamine hit. Nothing. I'm tapped out. And I just wanted to say that these things are fucking normal. This is what's going to happen. It sucks, yes, but it's fucking normal. And the only way I've managed to get through it is because by the time you understand all this, you kind of have an awareness of your feelings, because you start learning how to feel more. You understand emotions more. You understand how your emotions more. You know when there's a ripple in the water. But I just don't want you to fall back and think you're falling back and that nothing's going to happen. No, this is just part of the process. It's like a high in everything. Every high's got to have a down after. And it's the same thing like this. Spiritually, emotionally, physically. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But this is the best I can come up as an explanation. That it's normal. Because I don't think enough people kind of talk about that. At least not from what I've read. And it's a huge thing because I think that's where a lot of people break. Because they feel crappy and they think they can't change, and then their insecurity pattern kicks in and they're like, oh, see, I knew it. And then you're back at the beginning, you give up. But don't give up. Do not give up. It's normal. It's going to take a couple of days to just kind of recalibrate the inside. And then one day you're just going to wake up and you're going to be like, fuck, I feel great again. It's going to happen. I promise you. Just keep being aware. Understand that this is normal. Understand. Listen to your body now. There's no emotion. You don't feel sad. You just feel drained. It's a draining feeling. And the only thing you might even feel, you feel like you got to sleep again. And it gives up those other reminiscences of, oh, fuck, depression again. I just want to sleep. Fucking, you don't really smile. You don't laugh. You just, oh, God. Like, you don't even want to eat. You don't want to do anything. It's going to pass. I promise. Give it a couple of days. This is a good time to look at what you just let go of. And was it like, and judge that release. Is it a 10 on 10, like super vague? Is it a 2, 3? And start learning how you're going to recover from these things. And then you take that into the next one. And like I said, once you're out of that brush and it goes from daily craziness up and down. You go into these long stretches. And it's more like you're just driving over these small little hills. You hit a flat road for a while, then you go up a hill. Oh, and then you go back down. But it's smooth. And I had one of these yesterday. And today I feel like fucking shit. I know I've said that. I'm very repetitive. But I'm fucking just talking. And the one I had yesterday was all these motivational videos and everything and speakers, they always say that like you can't control the outside. There's nothing you can control on the outside, but you can control everything on the inside. And I always it just seems so like, yeah, okay, well, that makes sense. It makes sense. But last night I had this crazy just epiphany of what that was. It just hit me. And all of a sudden I was just like, oh my God, I get it. I understand. And my chest just like got so tight, like a panic attack. This just got overwhelmed with something. And I felt it. I felt it start right between that little opening in your ribs and go all the way up into my chest. And like my chest got super tight. And it was like I was going to vomit an emotion. Like an emotion was trying to be, like I was trying to throw up. But I understood that one of my biggest patterns, one of my biggest, deepest fucking things is I don't feel in control being an adult in any fucking way. In any way. Like growing up, like you don't worry about a lot of things because you got parents. Like they kind of take care of you, they school, lunches, blah, 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 blah. They kind of shield you. You're part of the pack. They protect you until a certain age. And if you aren't taught what really to expect is when you start getting out there in the fucking world out of your pack and you start kind of going on your own to build your own little, pack of friends and whatever, girlfriends, boyfriends, they don't really fucking set you up for that transition very well, like mentally. It's most go to school, go to college, and they think that in that time you'll learn how to do it, you'll make friends, you'll do this, but hey, fuck, man, I have not felt in control as being an adult. I can't control anything. In the external world, there is nothing I can control. There's nothing you can control. You can think you're controlling it, but you're really fucking not. Because there are just too many factors out there that can happen and influence anything at any time. And I finally kind of understood you can't control anything out there. And when that hit, man, I got terrified. I can't control getting a raise. I can't control food prices. I can't control gas prices. I can't control when my car's going to break. I can't control how much it's going to be when my car breaks. I can't control the weather. I can't control other people driving on the road next to me. I can't control what the government does. I can't control what my taxes do. I can't control when my parents are going to die. I can't control when maybe my brothers are going to die. I can't control when my dog is going to die. Everything is out of my control. Everything. And I think that's what's been terrifying me about being a fucking adult, is I don't feel in control. And that freaks me out. But then I understood, yeah, but everything inside of you can be controlled. I can control my thoughts. I can control my emotions. I can control how much studying I do on a topic. I can control what goes into my body. I can control my workouts. I can control learning new things. I can control talking or not talking. I can control if I smile at someone when I first meet them, or have a disgusted look, an annoyed look. I can control all of that. That is the only control that we have. And when I realized that, I went, fuck, I've been giving control of everything to everything else. So a lot of this transformation, I think, is regaining control of yourself. And when you can regain control of yourself, that confidence naturally comes to you as you build that. And to get that self-control, you have to make choices to keep growing. Oh, I don't know how to do CPR if something happens. Well, then you know what? You go take a course. And then when you finish that course, you look back and go, hey, I'm in control of something now. And a lot of that, oh, hey, you know what? I'm overweight. Okay. Then you start working out. You start eating better. And then boom, you start losing weight. You start feeling better. You're in control of that. You're in control of what you're eating. You're in control of what you're telling yourself every day, what you think of yourself every day. But we have no control over the outside. And I don't know how to digest that really right now. Because to me this is a huge thing in my brain for me. Like, I want lots of money. It's not because I want lots of money to be fucking rich and to buy fancy cars and to buy fucking houses and cottages. No. I thought that's what it was. I thought that's what I was chasing. No, I want money so that I can feel in control of my stuff. I can go and be like, oh, you know what? The car needs to be repaired. Oh, here's the money. No problem. So I don't have to feel like, oh, fuck. That's going to be, I got to put aside now to make up for that money. This much a paycheck. That's going to take me 6 months to fucking save. God, what if something else happens in that time? And then I don't feel in control. But that's why I want money. To have control of that. It was never for the fame. It was never for anything. It was just, oh, this could get me a lot of money, and then I could feel fucking comfortable, and I could feel in control. If something happens, I'm in control. But really, when you think about it, that's all we got, man. And think of every day, the amount of self-control, the amount of your control you give up to somebody else. I give up to somebody else. Somebody says something to me, I get angry. Man, you just gave control of your emotions to somebody else. So yeah, they control you. Yeah, but they said something I don't like. Well, why don't you like that? Have you figured that out? It's not about them, man. It's not about anybody else. We need to get control of ourselves. We need to get control of the way we think, the way we act. And the huge thing is that if someone else is fucking getting to you, yeah, it's you. First, you're letting them control you. And secondly, you don't know why they're controlling you. I don't like this. They make you feel something. They hit an insecurity or something. That's not on them to figure out. You got to figure that out. Because if you figure that out, that insecurity, guess what? You're in control, because that's not going to bug you anymore. You're going to work on it. You're going to figure it out, and it's in control. That person will never bug you again, because that thing is not inside of you making you feel uncomfortable. And we all do it. I still do it. I still have things, people saying that there's this pattern. Something fucking hits me in the head or in the chest. I get this quick tightness. And the first thing I want to respond, I go, wait a minute. Why am I doing this? And now I laugh at myself. I'm like, why are you doing this for? Like, what is this shit? Come on. What's wrong with you today? So I look to solve it inside instead of, and once you start doing that, man, people don't bug you anymore. Things don't bug you. You get cut off in traffic and you're just like, yeah, you're an asshole, but it is what it is. You don't get that emotional spike. You don't get angry. You don't have to shoot all the way up and get your heart rate up and your blood pressure and just, and then fucking come down. Like, that's exhausting, dude. That's physical energy. Whether you want to believe in that shit or not, you're using energy. Take the gym. It's like you just did 30-second sprint. And now you're coming down. Now your heart rate's up and everything. You got to calm that down before you do your next sprint. And that's what it's like with the emotions every day. When we let our thoughts just run around. That's what it is. You're doing constant sprints. But some people just fucking sprint all day. They wake up and they're sprinting till the end of the day. And then they feel like shit. Your fault. My fault. So today, because of that, like, that was a big one in me. I feel miserable today. Like, just mentally, emotionally, I feel miserable from it. And I just want to tell you that if you're doing this, or if you're going to start, or if you are doing this and you've noticed this, it's normal. It's 100% normal. And you'll get through it. It'll take a couple days. Just keep taking your vitamins, keep doing your workouts, and it's going to pass. Maybe take an extra nap. You might need an extra nap here and there, a couple of hours extra sleep at night. It's normal. And everything's going to be just fucking fine. Because you can control that. And that control is just a funny thing. Because I'm trying to, I think we all do it. We wake up every day and we try to live our lives in a controlled manner so that we know what's going to happen next. And it's always within two certain walls. Kind of like a bowling alley. We always try to shoot down the middle to get that strike. And sometimes it might curve to the right, it might curve to the left. And the uncomfortable is when you hit the side railing. Or when you get into the little ditch there on the side. That's the uncomfortableness. Because even think, if you're bowling, you throw it, you're like, well, that's where your body goes. You hit that ditch, and your body goes, what's this? So we try to control every day. That's why we have likes and dislikes. I like this. We always try to go towards the lights. But that, I get it. You want to live a comfortable life. But really, it's like you just found a level of despair that you can tolerate, and you call that happiness. You could have so much more. You could just be joyful inside. And you take every day, just whatever happens, happens. But because you know yourself so well, you know that it's not going to bother you, because you know you can't control it. But you can control your perceptions of it. Everything comes to this control inside. But first, you got to clear out. You got to take that path and you got to start clearing out the day-to-day shit that's controlling you. And most of it is going to be something external. Something external will happen. You'll feel uncomfortable. That's what you need to look at. You don't need to look at the happy things. Fuck. Anybody can live happily every day. If you're always having the things you want happen to you every day, that's not hard for a human to be happy. It's not hard at all. It's comfortable. It's easy. And if you want an easy life, then, just be comfortable. Don't have any meaning. Just go for, does this feel comfortable? That's all. But the thing is that you're always, again, it's always something external that you can't control, that you hope will happen. We can't control these things. You really can't. And it's very hard to process a lot of these things. And maybe you're listening being like, it's not that hard. This is a big one for me. It's pretty much it's one of the big ones that have run my life. And to understand this now changes everything, changes a lot in your mind, a lot in my mind, in my decision making, and how I'm going to view things now is completely different than what it was 24 hours ago. Sorry, I'm blanking out there. So now, for the next couple of weeks, I have to dissect all of this. If I'm going to do this right, this is what I'm going to do. The way I think it should be done. Based on the results I've had so far for myself. Is for the next couple of weeks now, I'm just going to be dissecting every thought that comes into my mind. I'm going through every single memory that pops up that gives me that feeling of I'm out of control, and dissecting it to understand, well, where did this come from? It came from somewhere. Because to me, it's great to have that, wow, it's like I feel out of control. That's great, but now I need to know where it came from. I need to understand where it started, why it started. And then I need to look at, from that point where it started to this point now, every single thing that was affected by that. That's what I need to do. Because I need to see what could have been without this pattern. It's a weird thing I do to myself to solidify, like, you need to change. Because look at what happened. And I save those thoughts, I save those memories. And I call them up when I start feeling like something's happening again, like I'm starting to follow. I call that up and go, hey, remember? This caused this, and this is where you are now. So if you want to fucking keep going this way for the next 5 years and then look back and be like, oh, fuck. Well, it's time to fucking change. And I use that feeling and those memories to produce a change, to produce a better choice in my day-to-day life. Because if you're going to make better choices in your day-to-day life, your life will get better. It will be rearranged. And there's going to be fucking parts where it sucks. And it feels like you're going backwards. But shit has to rearrange itself. It just won't happen externally overnight. It could take weeks, months, years. Because again, it's all different levels. So if you clear out all the superficial shit, you'll have a better day-to-day superficial kind of life. Like you'll understand a little bit more, you'll feel better. And then when you get into next pass, when you start figuring out and resolving some of those, let's say, medium patterns, well, guess what? Your external world will start looking different and feeling different because you've gotten rid of those patterns. There's a new perspective of the world. And then there's those deep patterns that all the other patterns are born from. And those are the ones that are life-changing. Like life directional changing. And this is one of those for me. So I'm going to go through everything and try to remember all these memories. I'm going to do a lot of writing probably, because I need to be okay. I need to get myself okay with not being in control and understand that that's just the universe. You are not in control of anything outside of you. Everything's like that. Plants aren't in control of the weather. They can't control if insects are going to land on them. They can't control if it's going to rain or if it's going to be super heat. They can't. A zebra doesn't know if a lion's going to fucking come eat it. It can't control where the line's going to be. It can't control if it's going to outrun the lion. It can't control if it's running and then it hits water and it gets stuck and the lion gets it. It has no control over that. I have no control of anything. I can make better choices. But again, I have to start thinking better thoughts. I have to start feeling better emotionally. Be more aware. Keep being physically healthy. Those are the choices that I have to have a better external world. And the external world comes like fifth now on my list. Everything's internal now. And as you start fixing the internal, you start naturally worrying less about what's happening on the external. And that's when shit just starts happening. Because you're not needy. You're not, I want, I need. You're not anymore. You've come to peace with that. And that's when things start changing. But nobody tells you that. You have to be at peace with yourself inside. You have to be with peace with what happens outside. And that's even understanding that humans we are fucking crazy. We are emotionally out of control. You see what the matrix is. You see what the algorithm is. It's all fucking there. It's all real. It all exists. You're living in it. But you can see it for what it is and understand that it's man-made. And yeah, it affects your life, taxes, governments. It all affects your life, but you can still just fucking be happy. And you can still just live your life and change who you are so that the world around you that you interact with every day will start changing. I think that's all I got to say. If you listen, awesome. Thank you very much. And I'll try to get another one out as soon as possible. Adios.